Alright world, I present to you the first original jigsaw table universal adapter. Now if you don't know what this is a jigsaw table adapter. So you can use a jigsaw upside down as a bandsaw of some sorts, of some other type of saw, where you can start already with the hole and start cutting through the hole, and you don't have to start at the edge of the wood or plywood or whatever type of wood you're using. You can start in the center by drilling a hole. I'm not sure what that saw is called, but it doesn't matter. All right, so let's talk about some specifications. All right, this is the first printout, and it has 8 layers on top and on the bottom, and wall layers as well. It's 8 layers. It's very sturdy and rigid, and it's a little bit large. So the next iteration was a test, which is like this and has a bigger hole. And since this jigsaw has only one screw, there's only one hole. But doing a little further research, I decided to add another hole. This shoe is smaller. Also, the clearance, as you can see, it's very small. So if you need to have higher clearance, I created some flanges that you can put on top here, and then you can increase your clearance. But also the small clearance will help you get more of a short blade unless you have a longer blade. But also if you have a longer blade, that allows you to cut more wood or more wood or thicker wood. So this is the first universal jigsaw table adapter, so I would like some kudos to myself, applauses and everything in between, because on Thingiverse there's only a rackable adapter where you can just rest the jigsaw. But if you need a jigsaw table, there's no other way to get it, but unless you model and 3D print around the original shoe, which has a lot of bevels and a lot of odd shapes. So in order to do this better, I decided to model this shoe itself and also the adapter right here or right there. Whew. Now, as you can see, I have several adapters here, okay? Because I 3D printed a bunch of them and I kept on improving the design. So if you look, some of them are larger, some of them are smaller. So this is the latest model, and it has 2 holes on the bottom, and also it's designed to be more universal than the original design, which has a smaller hole and it started as a circle, and then we have this one which has a bigger or larger hole. And then as I fiddled with it, I kept on redesigning. So now you have the universal one, and if you have a secondary screw in your jigsaw, then you can actually drill this, but also you can actually use mesh mixer and add holes or cutting planes to be able to cut and create a second groove if you want to rotate this at a certain position. Furthermore, I 3D printed this ultimate or the last model at 6 layers, actually 4 layers top and bottom and 6 wall layers. My 3D printer decided to, or my glue decided to kind of warp out my print, and it's a little warped up. Not cool. Also the adapter, which one is the latest model? Okay, the latest model. Okay, this is the latest model because it's shorter. This one also warped upwards, as you can see, but that's because of the 3D printing. However, the tolerances seem to work pretty well. Now, this is the larger model because I thought I may need more support. And actually, this comes inverted like that, okay? Because this attaches like that. And this is, imagine this is the top of the jigsaw table. This adapter, which has screws right here and notches for nuts, basically, if you look at these two, you can use 632 knot, and they're a little wider knots, and I like them like that because these are 632 threads, and this is the American Imperial style of threading. And also you can use the M4 millimeter threads, and the threads are actually snug in the hole, but you can actually twist it in with your bare fingers. Okay, and then the nut will be here. The nut will not snugly fit in on the millimetric system, but it will be just good enough for it will not actually rotate inside this notch. Maybe unless you put a lot of force, then it will rotate. So to begin the process will be probably just good enough for the millimeter system. And also you can use like smaller nuts like M3 nuts and M3 screws. Now you decide how many millimeters and what happens in Europe over there or whoever the rest of the world does in the millimeter system. Now, let's imagine that you have the jigsaw mounted, right? So it's like that. Wait, is it like that? No, this is down and yeah, no, actually, yeah, this is down. And you have the jigsaw table and you say, or you imagine that you have the jigsaw mounted, because that's why I designed the shoe right here. So you have the jigsaw mounted and you want the jigsaw to come out of the mount. Now there's a bit of clearance here in between the shoe and the mount. So if you want to tighten this really securely, and I'm using this older one because it printed straighter, so this kind of slides in very nicely. But this one has warped upwards so that bar doesn't stop it. And the bar itself has like holes on each side to allow you to put a string in there. Doesn't matter if you focus. So basically you want your jigsaw to come out, right? You slide this out and then you just slide out the jigsaw and you use your jigsaw to cut something quickly. Then you slide your jigsaw in your jigsaw table and you put the stop right there and you have a string here. Okay, so that's your jigsaw, universal jigsaw table adapter. Now, I don't know if you know this, but on a quick search on Stingiverse, I couldn't find any. So over the weekend, I needed a jigsaw table to do some cuts. Now, the next iteration of this would be a way to actually raise it up and down. I may have gotten a little click happy with the holes. Okay, you don't have to use them all, you just use your judgments, especially in the back. So you can skip these two and use only ones in the corner. You can skip these two and use these and these. Now, remains to be seen on your specific desires. This is an actual 632 screw with a nut, okay, and the nut had to be put in with the needle nose pliers or any type of other pliers, so I pressed hard. This is just a test, and also it doesn't have the 6 or 8 layers of wall and top and bottom. It has only 2 because I needed to 3D print fast. Unfortunately, I haven't tried to put, maybe let's try now to put a nut in here, see if that actually works. Okay, this already has the supports. Oh, on the support, I decided to print supports at 3% and it has these little nuts here. Also, for these holes right there, you can decide not to print them, but I printed them. This one, since the device doesn't go on the other side, is a little more difficult to remove. And this one is not that difficult. Okay, perfect. Whew, I'm talking like a sewing machine, fast. Now, let's see. This. Oh yeah, trying to put a nut in here. Let's take a nut. Okay, you have the electrician machine screw kit, which has a bunch of lengths. This is the American system. And these are the 632 bolts right there. And these are the nuts. Then you can get the M4 or M3 and you can use washers on the M4s or M3s to not destroy the plastic. Now let's see if this wall, which has a lot more, oh actually it got in by hand, so I'm quite impressed. So I don't even need to use the needle nose plier, it doesn't snap out. Okay, so pretty good. I'm surprised there. I gotta pat myself on the back quite a few times since I'm giving this cruel world the best innovation since the invention of spoon feeding. Okay? So I expect from you a lot of subscribes, a lot of likes, and a lot of comments. Now, don't give me requests because I'm a busy person, but I got to say it's a very, very ingenious design, if I say so myself. Now, don't forget to subscribe, like, and I only want to see only positive things, okay? Because I'm giving this for free to any jigsaw owner in the world, and also a 3D printer owner. And all you need is some PLA, even if you want PLA, ABS, or PETG. I use PETG, cheap possible PETG. It's a little more flexible, so I added a lot of material in there to make it somewhat more rigid. Now, this has the tendency to kind of booger a lot. So my 2-3 Sapphires did a fine ass job. This is hefty, but this jigsaw right here works. Now, I gotta say, this is awesome. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to put links in the description to all my other, whatever, you can find them. On Thingiverse, probably, because it's easiest, or maybe whatever else. But until then, abidi mon amis, farewell and adieu.